everybody, this is Audrey at Grubbs Nissan, and today I am sitting here with Warren Tillerson, who is the new car sales director. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful.
Good. All right. So Warren, we're here today because we want to learn a little bit more about you. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Wow, man, that could take a long time because I'm a pretty old guy, and there's a lot of history in this business. But I've spent a lot of years in this business, and I take pride in it because I'm proud to be in the car business. And how my path came to Grubbs Nissan, it's really kind of a crazy path. I met Ethan, who is our CEO of the company, and although we had both been in the business a number of years, our paths had never crossed. When I met him, I was really inspired because I see that there's a lot of need for people like me still in this business. I think that the younger generation or the people that are new to this business, they want to learn. And sometimes it's very difficult because some people that are in this business, they tend to want to forget that we all started somewhere. And I started almost 40 years ago, didn't have any idea about anything related to cars or sales or anything like that. But I did know one thing, and I'll never forget that. I knew how to treat people right. My mother and my grandmother taught me how to do that. So I just took that and just a lot of energy and a lot of just willpower because I always wanted to succeed in everything that I did. And when I found out that this was like me in athletics, should I say the word? You know, sometimes these words are hard to get out. You know, if when you're playing a sport, you typically get rewarded if you play the sport better than someone else. So when I get in this business and I realized that if I got up every single day and I was motivated and I worked harder, worked smarter than the next guy beside me, that I couldn't be limited to what I could do or what I could succeed in this business. And so, yeah, so I've been driven by that. And then, of course, at this later stages in life, it's more about legacy. It's not about money. It's not about anything. But I want to know that when my time is up in the working world, that I can look back or someone can speak on me and say, man, I really learned something from that guy, and I really appreciated the fact that he took time and effort to try to find a way to bring the best out of me. I've had a lot of coaches in my life that did that to me or did that with me, and I'm thankful for that.
So you want to leave your mark?
Absolutely.
We all want to do that somehow.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad that you're focused on that, and it is very inspirational. You've been great to talk to since we've been sitting here. We obviously talked before the camera started. But,
yeah, absolutely.
So I've heard a little rumor that you're called the Magic Man. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I'll tell you, that's been a long time coming. It's been a kind of a build-up. So when I was young, I talked about being athletic. I actually could play the game of basketball pretty good. And, for some reason, I guess maybe I do, maybe I don't. We'll let the audience decide that. But some people have said, man, you look like Magic Johnson. So
a little bit, I can see.
Just a little bit. So that kind of went on for a while. And then I wound up in my travels in this business. I wound up in the city of Los Angeles. And I was actually working for a dealership, and every time people would come in, I would have customers almost every other day would say, man, you look like Magic, So I started thinking, how can I turn that into something that would benefit me and maybe help in a lot of ways?
How can you utilize this?
Yeah, how can I do that? So I went to a radio station one day, and we were doing the commercials, and I went there in person because when I requested the commercials, they sounded like elevator music to me, and it wasn't something that I thought would excite me.
Right.
So I wanted to let them know that I wanted to give them an idea of how impactful I wanted the radio station and the radio ads to be.
Right.
So I actually got in the studio. Now, there's some other side of me that, I did before I was in this business. I used to be a DJ a long time ago. I was a DJ in nightclubs and actually DJ on the radio. So I had a little experience in that area.
You're very well-rounded.
Well-rounded, absolutely. You could say that. So I'm in the studio, and we're doing these different skits, and we're coming up with different ideas, and this one particular one that kind of stood out. I'd been there for a couple hours, and I actually they asked them did they have a vending machine or anything in there, and they said, yeah. I said, well, can you give me some chips or something, because I'd been there for a while. And then all of a sudden I thought about an idea, and I said, hey, hop the mic for a second, I got an idea. So they did, and it goes, what are you gonna say? And I said, just give me the mic, let's go. And I said, man, we're having so much fun down here at the place we were at that time. we're selling cars like candy bars. I said, I'll tell you what, bring an unused candy bar and ask for the Magic Man. I get you $1,000 off a new car, but you must see the Magic Man.
Right.
And it just went, I guess in the days where they call it viral.
Yeah.
You know, the radio ran the commercial, they put some music behind it, and literally that particular weekend, I had a refrigerator full of candy bars.
That's awesome.
People were coming in with their candy bars saying, I want to see the Magic Man, and it just went crazy. So we just kind of took it and run. I guess so. I wasn't thinking about it at that level at that time, but it just sounded really good. It rolled right off the tongue, and there we were. So,
and it works because
absolutely.
I'm hearing about it today still.
Yeah. So the follow up to that is, I extended it a little bit. I started thinking, you know, what would a Magic Man do? What would a Magic Man do in relationship to the car business? And I said, man, I feel like I'm making dreams come true and putting dreams in driveways when we sell people cars, because most people, they dream about it, they think about it before they ever come to the store to buy one. So we can make those dreams come true. I'm a part of something, and that's really bigger than
and making it like a painless, like fun process.
The experience of purchasing a car should be, and quite honestly, I think it should be exciting and painless. And I try to tell all the people that work with me, because I like to say I have a bunch of teammates, not necessarily people that work for me. I try to get them to just think just that. As a matter of fact, when I was sitting with some of my new salespeople recently, I said, I don't know what makes you happy. Everybody has different things that make them happy. I said, well, what I'd like for you to do is think about that place, wherever that is, where you're right on the cusp between smiling and crying. That's probably the pinnacle of someone's happiness. I said, and go right there every time before you pick up the phone to call somebody, or before you walk up to someone and shake their hand and welcome to the dealership. And I said, I'm telling you, if you go to them, every customer that you interact with that type of enthusiasm and that kind of excitement, more times than not, you make a car deal. Yeah,
and you're going to make a positive impact on them, and they're going to remember you.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'll tell you something about remembering. My wife gets on me a little bit about this. We'll be somewhere in the mall or at the grocery store, Walmart or Costco, and it never ceases to amaze me. I'll walk into somebody that I've interacted with in the car business, and they'll say, hey, you're Warren Tillerson. And I may or may not remember them right then at that moment, but as we start to talk, I'll remember when I interacted with them. And so we'll stand there and talk, sometimes 10, 15, sometimes 30 minutes. And my wife is sitting there. When we get done, she looks at me, and I want you to see this, honey, when I say this, because I know you know that you've said it many times. Do you absolutely know everybody? I say that's just part of what the Magic Man does.
Well, that's not always a bad thing, but I can definitely understand maybe where it can take up a little bit of time. But so overall, how long have you been here? How long have you worked here?
This is actually, I'm going into my second month here.
Okay.
And I'm really excited about it because I see the potential growth and the potential opportunity here. Matter of fact, I kind of wish I would have met these guys a long time ago. I think we'd have had a long career together, but that's what we're working on right now. We're building that every single day, and I feel like we're making a lot of progress, and we're building some momentum every day.
That's good. So overall, you like it here? You're happy
Absolutely,
here?
Absolutely. Thus far, everything that has been told to me or talked to me about has come true. Now it's just up to me. And I had a meeting this morning with the troops, and I said that, you know, everybody's ready when the success comes, but sometimes there's some rough times before you get to that success.
Rough terrain.
And I'm the type of person that I do a lot of self-assessment, and I realize that I'm a part of the good and the bad of it. And so when we fail, I take that. I take it on the hip, and I say I got to work a little harder, work a little smarter, do the things that other people aren't willing to do, to make the sacrifices to do it. But if we all do it together as a team, the rewards will come.
So I know you said you want to leave a positive impact as far as your life goes and everything. What do you want your impact to be here with your time here? What do you want to accomplish?
Well, again, for me, I focus mostly on other people because I learned something a long time ago, and I heard it. It was really weird because, you know, sometimes you hear things and they don't register with you until when they do register with you. And so I always thought it was just kind of a cliche when you hear people talk about if you help someone get what they want, you'll always get what you want. So I got a big vision. I got some ideas of where I'd like to be within this business. But most importantly, whether I ever achieve those personal achievements or rewards, if I do the things that I'm here for is to help other people get better, I think I'll be okay with that. That'll make me feel like I've had some success.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to sit here and talk with me.
Yes.
So I think we have a great understanding of who you are as a person, and it's genuinely good. So
well, it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, I wish you the best in your ventures here, and I really hope that you can do all the things that you are setting your mind to do. So
thank you so very much. Yes. It's been a pleasure.
Yes. Hey guys, come on down to Grubbs Nissan and see the Magic Man, Warren Tillerson. And, you know, you could bring a candy bar if you want to, I guess.
I got a refrigerator.
Come on down to Grubbs Nissan and see the Magic Man, Warren Tillerson, and make the magic happen.